We are here. Blood, Sweat, and Beers is back for yet another episode. I am your host and Vice President of the Dallas Beer Guardians, Dennis, here with Director Hubertito and Capo di Tutti Capo, President Marcus. And we've got a very, very special guest here, Mr. Brian Bofil, writer, contributor to thirddegree.net, the man behind the Dallas Trinity Wikipedia page, constantly making the updates, and the guy who came up with the very, very first supporter scarf for the Dallas Trinity behind the Doomsday Offense and the Unstable group.
Awesome.
So as you can tell, we're going to be doing a little bit more than just FCD tonight, but we'll jump into that in a second. And we also have a very special guest that will be joining us in a few minutes as we move into the Trinity segment too. But here we are back. Let's jump into FCD stuff. FC Dallas got a 2-0 win over the Portland Timbers last night. We are recording this on Sunday, so this was last night at home at Toyota Stadium. We've got goals from Peter Musa and Lalas Abubakar. We'll get through all that, but first and foremost, Lucho Acosta gone.
No Lucho, no problem.
Wait, we're doing the transfers first? Okay.
I think it's
we're doing it in time order.
I think it's the biggest thing people are talking about right now anyway, right? If you're listening to the post-game show, they were even talking about it kind of feels like a restart, even though there's only 9 more games.
Yeah, exactly.
It feels so refreshing, which is kind of frustrating.
Does it? I mean, to me...
Well, there's moments in the season, all seasons, that are feel like resets for a lot of the teams that, play these longer seasons where a player came in, a player went out, someone came back from injury, or they rallied for a big win or something, checkpoints. This one feels like a checkpoint that, I don't know, feels like the team's got a slightly different vibe.
I think that has more to do with the fans than anything else.
I disagree with you, just based on how much communication was happening on the field and from the sideline last game versus
this team,
how it's usually been.
This team fundamentally still sucks.
I don't think anybody's disagreeing with that.
Yeah,
but trying hard and sucking is way better than just heads down and sucking.
You know what a reset is? Bringing in Tottenham great into your team. That's a reset. What this is giving up and realizing this might be the first time I think the Hunts actually admitted they made a mistake.
But I'm okay with the mistake being acknowledged and moving on from it as soon as possible and not having this drag out the rest of the season, right? They took probably up to $1 million haircut on this. Ideally $500,000 if he does go down there and ball out, but that is what it is. They're open to taking $1 million haircut for a 6-month deal. But honestly, the contribution to the club was not worth the negative energy he brought here, right? There was just so much negative energy on and off the field that it just did not outweigh the performance that we were expecting to get, and we never got.
Yeah, well, and this is what good teams do when they miss. They fix it quick instead of sitting on it like the Hunts have done historically.
Okay. 2 things are going to be right here. Until I hear one of his actual teammates say he was a negative influence in the locker room, I'm going to negate that. And B, this isn't a Hunt decision. He wanted to leave, and the Hunts do what they normally do, which is allow people to leave. The Hunts, for all their flaws, the only person I believe they kept when they wanted to go was Jesus and Kellen Acosta.
Here's why you're wrong. They got money for him in the past and let them go for next to nothing.
Yeah, I don't think this was just Lucho wanted to go. Lucho clearly did not want to be here and has not wanted to be here at least since prior to the LA game. He has not wanted to be on this roster. He has done everything he can to make it known that he wasn't happy here. A lot of it was his family's not here, and I understand that, right? The guy who's got a tumultuous relationship and, being far away from your wife, that you're obviously, we know the rumors that came out of Cincinnati and everything that was going on there. I'm not going to speak to that because I don't know anything about it, but bottom line is his wife and his kids weren't here. They were for a little bit at the start of the season, but they very quickly went back home. And I think it's a hell of a lot easier to hop a flight from Buenos Aires to, over to Argentina than it is to get a flight out of Dallas, right? It's a lot closer. It's, you could go home during the week. You can pop over for a long week and stay there and be with the family and be with the kids. And one of the first pictures Lucho posted after the deal was announced was, him home with his kids. So,
yeah. Well, look, I also don't want to give Zanata too much credit. This was a mistake of a move to bring in, right? But
did we know that at the time? Did anybody think that this was a bad move to bring Lucho?
I do think that most people thought this elevated the team and it was positive and like, yeah, great that it happened. But I do think going into it, there were plenty of people saying he doesn't fit the scheme. True. And plenty of people going, he's had these issues already at 2 teams. I do think most people were like, well, yeah, you can go get the guy, you get the guy. But I don't think it was impossible to see this happening. And I'm with Peter Welpton when he's talking about like the kick around. Like Zanata's talking about like, oh, I'm Brazilian. I've handled teams that had Romario. This won't be a problem. Cool, you did your job and admitted you made a mistake, blah, blah, blah. But you were cocky bringing him in, and I'm not going to let you forget that.
Forget what? Okay. We've had
Romario is not Lucho. And Romario won a World Cup.
All right, I'm gonna have to nip this in the bud early. This is not our worst signing this year. This is not we had Coleman here. We had Jetterson. We've had some terrible signings. This is a guy who didn't fit in with the team and wanted to go home.
None of us are saying this is the worst signing of all
time. No. I thought it was a great signing when they signed him. I was there cheering him on. You guys welcomed him to the airport.
Hold on a second. Brian, you haven't spoken yet, and you're our guest, so we're going to stop for a moment and let you jump in here. What are your thoughts on this move? And Marco Farfan also going to Tigres. Part of this, I think, is because Leagues Cup, these teams are here, so they were looking for players here, and they found a couple. But yeah, what are your thoughts overall?
So Acosta, I actually think when we signed him originally that this was a net benefit. This wasn't I'm not sure that this is going to work out. I hope things were going to work out. But the one thing in my mind that I remember, if any of you remember the July 4th game against Minnesota, and we just played terribly. Acosta was on the pitch. He didn't seem like he had much chemistry going on. It was a really big he didn't seem to fit well within the system, and he had a couple moments where we could have taken the draw, the tie. It was just a miserable night for everybody. But I think after seeing him play, you could tell that he didn't want to be here, and it wasn't going to work out. That's when I started to kind of like notice that this is like not going to end well.
Fair enough. We want to. I mean, obviously, we want to wish these guys well in the rest of their short careers as
definitely.
They are soccer players.
Was that a short joke? Was that a 5-2 joke?
Yes, it was. I'm going to miss Marco, although he's by far my least favorite player on this team, but you need the position he played is a thankless job, which is why most MLS teams don't really pay players.
And it's a weak position in the league.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. Mm-hmm. So
very weak.
And Tigres is a big team. Let's not pretend like this is not an upgrade for him.
So I
seriously. Wish him the best on that.
Imagine you're going from FC Dallas and you get to go play with Angel Correa.
Yes.
Like,
yeah.
Holy cow.
Yeah. So no, it's really dope. It's sad to see him go. But we have younger guys who we pay less who can do the job. So we'll go ahead and take it.
This was a good deal for everybody involved.
Yeah,
right? It's good move for Marco career-wise. Good move for us financially. Good move for Tigres to bring in, a roster piece. Not that he's going to be starting constantly, but he's going to be a decent roster piece. He's probably going to get some solid minutes. And,
well, look, if you don't follow Liga MX, you need to know that Tigres is a contender to win the whole thing.
Right.
I'm sorry, sir. We don't roll our R's like that. It's Tigres. Okay, I don't know.
I actually I think Tigres might win the League's Cup personally.
Yeah, fair enough.
Not that matters that much to either side, but I do think Tigres could.
As long as Miami doesn't win, I'll root for
maybe Marco will win a trophy. We'll see. Did he win one in LA? He didn't, right?
He did. He was on that team.
Remember. He was on that team.
Couldn't remember if that was a year apart or not.
Him and two of our players were on that team. And then we swapped, and then Ryan went and won one too. So basically...
So both of the players in that trade won a trophy in that team. I wonder what that says.
Yeah, I know. That says a lot about us, to be honest. We do have an open cup, okay? We have two open cups.
It's true. It's true, and I am proud of those cynics.
So something to think about, and this is, we'll touch on this real quick before we jump into the game recap, but now Lucho leaves an open DP spot. Short form answer. Do you fill the DP spot now, or do you wait till the winter window and just bury this season and say, let's rebuild at the start of next year and let's put some bodies together in the winter?
The answer is no to both of those. They're not going to fill it this year. They're not going to fill it next year. So
we're just going to roll with an open DP spots?
Yeah.
I think
it's not the first time we've done that.
It's true.
We usually keep one open by paying down someone. So like when we had Paulie, Jesus, and I don't remember who the third person was, we paid down Paulie. So he technically wasn't a DP when he was here. So we tend to do that with national team players because we pay them around $1 million, and you can monopoly money your way down from there.
Now, I'd be curious to see how they handle it with the new setup, the 2 DP 4 U22 thing instead, if we go with the 2 spots instead of the 3 spots. But unless you've done your homework, why rush it? They're not going to do anything for you this season, probably. Like,
unless you're going to go find someone in the 3rd division of the Israeli football league. I mean, at this point,
not again.
Right?
Don't do that to me again, please.
Yeah. I don't know who's the Guatemalan forward we're going to find somewhere.
I think my preference would be in the winter, unless you've already done a ton of homework. And they're always scouting, but I mean, I also don't really have faith in hitting on DPs, right?
Well, I mean, I hear Gio Reyna is potentially looking for a club in a return to MLS. Can we get him?
I was going to say American national team player, but maybe not.
I think we were thinking a little bit more Chris Richards than Gio Reyna, but we'll see.
Chris is not coming back here. If you realize that none of our players come back.
Right. There's a reason for that.
Can I pose a question real quick? I was getting tipsy at the Yankees-Rangers game with Dennis, and we met
I don't want to talk about it.
We met some dudes that were from out of town. One guy was from the Orlando area, big soccer guy. And I don't remember how we got on. Oh, we got on the 20 million number because that was what we first heard for Sun. If you could sign one player for this team, fantasy player here, but they do have to be in that price range. But, it doesn't have to be a player the Hunts would sign. But if you could sign one player for 20 million for FC Dallas, do you have a name you'd sign?
I would get 2 quality championship.
I think that's kind of what we all kept saying too. Yeah. I'd rather have 2 10s. Like,
so 20
million, not 10s.
Yeah, 20 million for Sun makes sense because I don't think people realize how much the fandom.
They're going to make that back in jersey sales alone.
Right. Yeah. I think most people think you have to go Anglo to go get that kind of money, or Messi, or any of those. I'm like, no, the South Korean fan base, his jersey's already top 10, and he's been here 2 minutes.
His jersey's number 2.
Yeah,
he's already number 2. It's been 5 days.
Yeah, so incredible. If I kind of wish we would make more signings like that. If we're gonna do aging players, go get an aging player that'll move units instead of when that aging player comes here, we move their units, because single entity is set up in a way where if you succeed, I succeed. So, right?
Yeah, that's fair.
If LAFC succeeds, I make money because we split this all the same. So it's one of them joints. One of the most frustrating bits was when Zlatan came here, and I'm part of the problem. I bought his jersey at the stadium. But
some players transcend fan bases, right? Come on.
Sure.
When Zlatan was here, we did that. When Steven Gerrard, that was pretty cool. The Liverpool fans I didn't know existed who came out for that one. But to be honest, I think when I was looking, Charlotte signed the EPL center back, and I was keep looking at this. I'm like, these guys are like 6 or 7 million transfers. We spent 4 on Oz. So are we paying a premium because we're Dallas and people don't want to come here? Is that
might be part of it? I mean,
are we Newcastle? Like, is that what?
Oh no!
Oh wow!
No. Ow! That hurt.
Jeez.
Does that make Houston Sunderland? Ugh.
Oh goodness. Yeah, Brian. What are your thoughts? So when 20 million of the Hunt's money, you get to blow it. What do you do?
20 million of money that I wish we could spend. The one talking about people who didn't want to come. The one that got away was Edgar Davids. way back when.
What a
he came
pull.
over from Tottenham.
Yeah.
And he, oh man, we should have signed him, but he was another aging player. But I also don't think that he would have drawn the jersey sales that we're talking about. If we had the money, I would actually do like 2 10s, honestly. Like I think it would help develop our players and hopefully make the team more cohesive. Because if you just bring in someone I prefer to see the money on the field and not in the jersey sales, to be honest with you. Like I'll buy a Kenny Cooper jersey anytime I see one come up. Dennis, you had a Plymouth Argyle. I don't know how you found it. Talk about a throwback. Did you be like, where the hell did you get this?
That was Kenny's reaction too. It was actually, where the hell did you get this?
But no, like I bought a David Beckham jersey when he came to LA Galaxy. I have a Messi jersey here. Jersey sales. Yeah, I know. It was just like, why not? It's just one of those things. But no, I would honestly sign like 2 number 10s. I think we should have more players than just a signature player. That's just my opinion.
It's here where I have to remind everybody that we nearly signed Diego Forlan in 2013.
We did.
That would have been crazy good.
We've had some near misses. I think there was a center back we almost signed last season who had been injured the previous year. So we were getting him on the cheap. I can't remember the guy's name off the top.
It was like a Miazga type, though, right?
Yeah, there we go. Yeah. And he would have been a solid pickup, but it was just in the medical stuff just didn't work out.
It was he was from like Brentford or something. I can't remember who
he was a Premier League center back. He had been injured the previous year, like ACL, whatever, and we were going to get him for 6-7. And at the time, you know, boys on Kick Around in Third Degree were like, "Yo, that's overpaying." And I'm like, "Yeah, but this is like when they got Zlatan for cheap because he came off a torn knee, and he came here and banged in basically a goal a game. So sometimes you got to that's how you got to get them." But I think we're just not a market that will get those kind of guys, because I remember when we had the Byron deal, right? We had the Academy Byron deal, and we thought like, oh, part of this deal is that we'll get Byron's aging players who want to come here. No,
wrong.
That never happened.
I think what we keep finding out is that the players that like Dallas are the family people, right? Like,
yes.
But I love that we collectively cannot figure out how to spend $20 million on one player. That would make a big enough difference to impact this team.
Well, at least
not my job.
Know how to spend it, but don't spend it wisely.
Right.
Yeah. Well, no, it's not that we don't know. It's that we would have a 20 million player going to LAFC. We would have to pay 25 in order to get him here, because we'd have to pay him extra, which is it's kind of, I don't know,
which is crazy because there's no taxes here.
Well, that doesn't really matter. You remember the Mavs when Mark Cuban tried to do this, where he's like, "Oh, I'm going to build my own super team. I'm going to go get Carmelo Anthony. I'm going to go get all these people." And nobody wanted to come here. Yeah. And Carmelo was playing in New York at the time, which meant that paying him the exact same money, he would have gotten like a 20% raise coming to Dallas from New York City. And he's like, "No, I like New York." So yeah, it's one of them things where like we're not going to get the names to come here unless it's one of those Mueller deals where we have his discovery rights and he has to come here. That's the only way that happens.
Could we swipe Kevin De Bruyne from Napoli?
That's not happening. Leave my Napoli team alone, okay? Leave my Napoli team alone, please. It's the only championship I've won this decade, okay? Please.
Fair enough. All right, let's wrap this up, gentlemen.
Let's talk about this game real quick. We've got Musa scores his 13th goal of the season in the 8th minute off a gift.
Oh my God! Yeah.
What a gift! If you haven't seen that, please go back and watch it. It is just an incredible gift. The keeper just coughs it up and he just finishes.
I think Musa went to the goalkeeper and was like, "Hey, I need to announce this pregnancy, so I have to score."
Oh, maybe. Yeah.
No. Which, by the way, Ibby's wife is pregnant too, so we've got 2 little Doritos on the way here.
That's dope. That's the only way we were gonna know about it, because Ibby was never gonna score, so that worked out. Congratulations. To both of them. Yeah. Awesome. Let's hope for a healthy run on both those gentlemen bringing. So that's pretty dope. But yeah, 2-0. Musa won. Abubakar. I don't know if it hit his head or his hair there for the goal. But either way,
a little hair whip into the goal. That's it.
Fair enough.
Hairball.
Yeah, I mean, I guess takeaways from this is that we kept the clean sheet, which is the most important. And
Michael Collodi clean sheet.
Oh no, dear.
How you doing?
And then pretty sure now we're gonna say pause is a locker room We need to get rid of Pods. He's not doing enough.
Look, I love Paz. I think he's a great dude. But if we can get $12 million for him in the offseason, I think Colodi isn't.
12.
You don't think we can get 12 for Paz?
I don't.
Okay.
I really don't.
We paid nothing for him, really.
Zanatamite, I don't know.
The man can sell water. The man can sell ice water to an Eskimo.
I'm sick of that. I really am. You're right. We did get Paz for next to nothing, I think, right? So give me a decent offer. I'm happy to part with him. Like for some reason, this team gets lucky on keepers. I don't know.
Oh yeah, that's the one thing we keep.
Yeah.
To be honest, maybe that's the reason I'm a fan of this team, like the Jamaican national team. The only position we're ever good at is goalkeeper, and we keep them far too long.
Yeah, it's shocking how lucky we've gotten.
Yeah, and funny enough, that's what the U.S. men's national team used to be good at, and now y'all can't buy a goalkeeper.
Nope. hey, that is MLS legend, New England Revolution legend Matt Turner you're talking about now. Okay,
who's the backup for the national team?
Technically, it's Matt Turner now, right?
Yeah, I think Turner is the backup. Freeze is probably the A guy now at this point.
Freeze is the A guy.
That's NYC
in the Gold Cup. Yeah.
Y'all are screwed. Anyways, yeah.
So they can't all have Andre Blake.
Here's a quick question I'll run through. Musa makes 13. The record is
19, right?
The record is 18?
Oh, it might be. It's 18 or 19.
It's 19. So
isn't it?
Jesus got 18 was the old record. Jesus got one more, so it's 19.
Okay. So yeah. So do we think Musa breaks that record? Does Musa tie and or break the record?
I think he hits 20. I think he hits 20. So that'd be pretty dope.
I think he can do it.
I think we've got enough season left to do it too.
I'm going to be optimistic and say he does.
Okay. All right. So we're all rooting for Musa to break the record.
Absolutely. Why not go for it at this point? Like,
Abubakar opens his FC Dallas account coming off a beautiful cross from Sebastian Lletget. Fun fact, the last center back goal scored by an FC Dallas player was Nkosi Tafare off a set piece corner from Sebastian Lletget. So
was that against Austin?
Yes, it was. The boy delivers.
A crazy celebration goal.
Yes, that was the one where I think he actually caught a card for that. Which
was clowning.
Yeah. And then we've got Colodi gets his second clean sheet of the season in his third start. Second MLS start. 2 MLS starts, 2 MLS clean sheets. We're not going to count the U.S. Open Cup where he got chipped. We're just going to call that a rookie mistake. But the Colodi kid coming out with the headband on, hitting him with a little tiger crane kick, and just punching balls out. What do you guys think about this performance?
Very solid performance. He did what he needed to do, and I do think he contributed, right? I think they talked about this in the post-game show even, where they were saying, a lot of the times a rookie keeper will come in and just try not to mess it up. And no, he came out and he actually used his feet a little bit. I still think his ball distribution isn't great. Same problem Paz has, but it was something. Do I think he kept us in the game? I think he did his job.
He did his job, and that's why I say, as much as I like Paz, and I think Paz is, obviously is the guy. That's no question, right? He is the first roster spot there. But if we get a decent deal for Paz and we move him on, because that's what this club does, is right. We buy low, sell high, and that's what Andre Zanota's job is, right? Is to sell players for as much money as he possibly can. But if we can get somewhere in the range of 8 to 10 million, for a guy like Paz, or 7 or 8 million even, is move him on in the winter, open up an international spot, and I think Colodi is a serviceable replacement. Fun fact about Michael Colodi: still lives at home with his parents, who are probably listening to this podcast right now. So shout out to the Colodis. We love you. Please come on back to a tailgate. Come on, stop by whenever you like.
Yes. Yeah, I mean, I was wrong about Colodi earlier this year, right? We talked about Carrera versus Colodi, and I thought they would ride Carrera, which, of course, at the time you pointed out to me, Colodi was younger than I thought he was.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I mean, clearly his spot, they shipped Carrera away. So I don't know. I'd be very comfortable running with this team next year with Colodi. And I do think getting some money for Paz is worth doing, right?
And hopefully Paz isn't injured too seriously, right? Hopefully this is just a little knock that he picked up in training, and they were just trying to be safe with him coming up with the World Cup qualifiers and things like that.
They've done Indonesia. This before,
right?
Where they put somebody on an injury report right before the qualifiers or something.
Yeah,
just to bench them.
It might have been Paz
instead of just sitting them.
Was it Paz last year they did that with?
It might have been. I don't know. Done it before, and they just go off and are playing immediately. So I don't know. I'm not worried about it right now.
Paza's next start will be the most starts by an FC Dallas keeper ever.
Wow.
Wild.
Yeah. So, interesting number there. Anything else left that we didn't cover on this game? Look, the season is not great. It hasn't been fun, but it's nice to win at home and have a good time on a Saturday night with the boys. That's what I took away from this one. Is we beat up on a Portland team that we're supposed to beat up on. Good teams beat up on teams that they're supposed to beat. I'm not saying this is a good team, but this is way better than they have done in situations like this all season long. So it's
heavily
nice
rotated. They played Wednesday.
Yep.
No.
Yeah.
Marcus is. I see Marcus's face. He's got something coming. There's something coming.
I would say, guys, we're the whole point of having guests is that we're not supposed to crowd them out. So less us, more Brian. Brian. Final thoughts on this game, and what do you think the rest of the season looks like?
I mean, it's nice to see a positive. Let's be honest with you, especially a positive at home where we just had terrible form. I know that the season is out of reach. Like, we're not going to make the playoffs this year. And I think we've got to seriously talk about what do we look like next year. But it's always fun to see us win at home, especially a clean sheet too, especially for a rookie goalkeeper. Like, that just kind of lifts everyone's spirits. So we get money for pause. We get a good deal out of this Acosta thing. Then, I think we'll be set for next year. It'll probably be not too terribly as bad as last season, but there's only one direction you can go, to the top. So
that's not true. That's not true at all. All right.
When you're at the bottom, there's only one way up.
No, you're gonna stay at the bottom. No promotion or relegation.
Yeah.
So a couple of notes here. So you were right. It's 18 for the single season record with Jesus, Kenny, and Jason Christ all tied at 18. Funny enough, I just looked it up. Where do you think Musa sits all time for FC Dallas goal scorers? I'm going to give y'all a guess.
How many did he hit last year?
All time?
Yes, all time.
Oh, all time.
Yeah.
He's got to be in the top 10.
Yes, he's already in the top 10. He's been here 18 months. That's absolutely ridiculous. He's number 10, actually. He just passed / tied Maxi Arruti for 29 goals to hit top 10.
One of Marcus's favorite FC Dallas players of all time.
Oh, Maxi is absolutely awesome.
18 months already number 10.
Yep.
Already know, and that says a lot. I don't know if that says a lot about the fact that most players don't stay here long. Like, number 1 is Jason Christ. He's at 97 goals, and that's because he was here forever.
Yeah.
And then on the goalkeeping thing, I don't like short goalkeepers with bad feet. It's the same reason I like Chris Seitz when he was here. It's like I like my goalkeepers like Jesse and Andre Blake. I want them to be relatively tall, lanky, with long arms. Short goalkeepers to me, you're good in the middle, but I can kick it on either side of you. Chances are I'm going to beat you. So good game, good win, Leagues Cup in the middle of the week, all the caveats that we gave earlier. We can also mention that we're going to be away next week in Austin, the Broccoli Bowl. We don't really give a fuck about them because our real rivals are fuck Houston in unison.
Yeah, they've already beat us down.
Yeah, fair enough. So we can look forward to that.
Section 228, come find us. We will be up in the stands. Instruments are not allowed in Q2 Stadium, so bring your kazoos, and we will have a great time, and we will get a little rowdy and a little drunk and disorderly.
How short is a short keeper to you, Marcus?
I mean, what's a short human being? Anything less than 6 feet to me is short.
Well, Sykes is like 6'4", right?
Is Sykes 6'4"?
He's not short. It doesn't matter. Your point still stands.
Yeah. Like, right. Think about all the great goalkeepers. They're all lanky human beings. Like, they
I
have
can name
longer...
one, and his name is Dario Sala.
Yeah, fair enough. But they usually have longer wingspans than their body allows.
Right.
That's what I like for my goalkeeper, because you're going to try to get top bin. You need to get over there.
Right.
If you're shorter, you have to do angles and do more footwork, and it's a lot more work. That's why I've never been a fan of shorts goalkeepers.
Yeah, it matters.
So next away game, watch party will be at Community and
Derbyshire.
There you go. So join us there for that. And our next home game is, I was just looking that up.
I'll be at Community, guys. Come see me.
Next home game is August 23rd. We will be hosting LAFC when Sun comes to town.